in case they have to send somebody to get a fitting in the next couple of days. Anyone else needing any headwear?
No, I think
Bridges across swamps. What?
No, that was for Celeste.
Oh.
5 gold for a hat.
Oh.
I got a bridge to nowhere. I don't know if I want a hat. I'm going to wait because I don't know if I want a hat. I think it'd be cool to have a skull cap. One where I can headbutt people. Maybe even with a unicorn spike on it. I'm just thinking out loud.
I'm just drawing a mental picture right now. It's fabulous.
Yeah, I'm thinking of one of the old German style infantry helmets with a spike on it.
There we go. Yeah, I think Neferia is gonna like kind of self-consciously touch her horns and be like, no, hats needed, thank you.
Oh, we can do marvelous things with those, my dear.
No, it's okay. I think I don't need a hat. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Well, if
She's
you
just gonna.
insist. He will let Nightshade know that he might be, for the kind of hat that he's looking for, he might be better off finding an armor.
There we go.
Yep.
Well, does anybody else have any hat-related needs?
Apparently not. Okay, so yeah, at some point you guys are going to need to buy like props and stuff to do your performances, and possibly like some kind of fold up stage to make it so people can see you, and you'll need something to haul it all around with.
We already have horses, correct?
Well, you have riding horses.
Horses, okay.
They could be used, but they probably would not have the stamina to haul a loaded wagon all day long.
Okay. Well, should we go and see if we can find a wagon and kind of the larger ticket items first, and then figure out if we have enough to do armor and things like that afterwards? I think, where would you go to buy a stage? Carpenter?
Well, there's usually stables or something like that would have at least the horses. Probably would know who to contact if they didn't have the actual vehicles themselves.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe we start there. Yeah, ropes, sticks, poles, loops.
Yep.
I'm assuming Nightshade is what you're thinking.
I think the big thing you need to decide is, what is everyone's performance or act or part in the play going to be? I'm guessing Lyric is going to probably do music and things like that. Merlin can do some minor stage tricks and amaze people by changing into them and everything else, creating mirror images of themselves, things like that. pyrotechnic displays with Eldritch Blast and Green Flame Blade. And they've got their little familiar that can, do tricks.
Begrudgingly do trick.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be one of those. Do I really want to let this thing around people, or is it going to like get me in more trouble than it's worth?
Yeah. Maybe he's just an lighting assistant. Nightshade says acrobatics and
Okay.
aerobatics.
So do you're gonna put some hoops up to fly through, or like what is your performance going to look like there, Nightshade? Are you going to fly around in midair while balancing a spinning plate on your beak?
Well, sometimes it's going to be cartwheels, and sometimes it'll be flips that are assisted. Depends on how we're setting up. Because if you had a big circus, then I could do the what do you call it? You could do high wire type things, and you could do the trapeze.
Yeah.
But that's only when we set it up. That's why I'm saying ropes, sticks. The sticks are for the ropes and the poles. Like you could do some different things off of different poles. So I think we're gonna have to come up with some choreography. But
Okay. So yeah, for some of it, you guys are just going to be like traveling along, and if you stop in a town at night, you're going to want to be able to set up, do a little performance, stuff like that, and then keep moving.
Yeah, I think simple is possible, so we don't have, a tremendous amount to carry, and unless one of us really likes it, it's not going to be our permanent occupation.
True, but then again, a lot of people don't pay too much attention to the person doing all the performances, and there was a reason why getting a hold of the court jester could get you a lot of juicy information because nobody pays attention to the fool.
Very true. Okay. Celeste, what were you gonna do?
I am a sharpshooter. I'm going to be shooting apples off people's heads and then doing a lightning display. Or even maybe shooting apples off people's heads with the lightning.
Eee.
any volunteers?
No hablo inglés.
Kein sprechen Sie Deutsch.
I was going to say, to go on the theme from earlier, I know nothing.
Or you know how the people who shock themselves to try it out be shocking people.
Oh,
Oh, so are we gonna do the what's that stupid show? Bunch of rednecks that
Jackass?
yes. Is that's gonna be our group? We're just gonna be the jackass group and do stupid stuff and hurt ourselves.
I was going to say, you with what you've got, you could probably also do like Three Stooges routines. Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Here we go.
That must be Curly, right?
Yep, no hair.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, so sharpshooting stuff and lightning and then suspicious. What were you gonna do?
Suspicious? You have yourself muted?
I did, but I kind of wanted to go with Nightshade, some aerial acrobatics.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do a partner routine type thing.
Yeah. Well, so I was thinking you tried to fly away, and I tried to catch you. You do something and maybe get some of the people involved trying to slow you down.
Yeah, but who's picking the pockets while we're distracting everybody? Oh, I'm sorry.
You know. When you're right, you're right. I'll set up the gambling. You do the aerial acrobatics so you can distract them.
All right, I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I like the idea of like a trapeze act without having to have actual trapeze.
Yeah, that would be the interesting thing is like, Neferia, the invisible trapeze artists.
Yeah.
Watching Nightshade and Suspicious do backflips and everything else while floating in midair.
Be like the Theater of Vampires, where they're like pretending that they're flying, but they're actually flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, though, is attach wires to ourselves.
Attach wires, so it looks like, but they're stiff, so it just looks like they go up and are attached to something way up there, and nobody can see what it is because the wires get so thin you can't see how far up they actually go.
Yeah, so
now we've got some.
We're actually flying, but it's an illusion of flying, something like that.
Now we're getting into some Spider-Man stuff where it's like, how is there always something around tall enough for him to swing off of? Even out in the middle of nowhere, he just starts swinging. What's he swinging on?
Yeah,
I mean,
the F-16 that's flying around.
Yeah, he's just swinging through the middle of Central Park.
Hey man, he's high as a kite. He just thinks he's swimming.
Have not heard that theory before.
I like this.
You do know that they have the webs that actually have like almost parachute type things where they.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
fly, so.
But you see him, he like shoots the web and then grabs hold and pulls and swings. It's not like he's just sitting there, shoot at the web and hold onto it and just floats away like Mary Poppins on with her umbrella.
Yeah. I definitely swung through quite a few places of open space while I was playing Spider-Man.
Yeah. Where one of the more recent ones where he like somehow swings all the way out and somehow, grabs hold of something in the middle of the ocean. What?
Yeah.
I want to stop at a bookstore.
You're stopping at a bookstore, okay? What kind of books are you looking for?
I want the lyrics, body lyrics of type thing.
Oh, like a joke book?
No.
Party song book?
That type of body lyrics.
Oh. You're going to make sure that you're going to make sure that the parents don't want you to come back again.
Exactly. So that's the books for lyric, though.
Okay.
So he's got some things to, turn it into some comedy routine. Since he's not here tonight, so get him. Gotcha. I want to get a song book of what are this? God,
what do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
But
put him in the bed with the captain's daughter.
I was thinking more of There Once Was a Man from Nantucket.
Exactly, those type of thing. I can't remember the term though. What word is slipping my mind right now?
Limericks? Cheese?
Well, I don't think it's limericks. But you get the idea.
Well, A Man from Nantucket is a limerick.
Yeah.
He went to sea. There once was a man from Nantucket. He went to a sea in a bucket, and so that's the limerick. But no, there is
the NC-17 version of it though.
Yeah. The dirty joke book.
Yeah, basically a dirty joke, but dirty limericks book. Yes, or thing for songs for him to and tunes.
Okay.
Or I might just have to go to the bars and start writing them down for him.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Then again, not knowing lyric too well yet, he may not already have all of them memorized.
Yeah, he
Or
may
he
have started.
might not be that type of bard.
He might not
He
be.
might be the straight laced bard that's singing hallelujah.
College of Glamour with a charlatan background. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
No,
he's a
more of a
hallelujah
lyricist.
bard.
So I'm looking for a tune or two to add to his repertoire.
Okay.
Basically, the local tunes that they all get into. That put it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Some of the local or regional bar songs or something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you can find that for a few copper pieces.
Alrighty. Well, I'm done shopping. I don't know about what everybody else wants.
Well, when you get to the stables and start getting stuff, the wagon will be about 35 gold with another 50 gold for your for a single draft horse. If you want to get a couple to make it a little easier on the poor animal, they're 50 gold apiece.
okay.
For what are we getting?
Wagon, horses, that kind of stuff.
I don't want to torture the poor animal, so
I mean,
At least
it depends on how much stuff you're bringing. I mean, if everybody's got like 5 costumes and pounds of gear and a collapsible stage, you might need 2 horses. If you're traveling light because you're a new troop that's just forming and don't have much money, well, then 1 horse may be all you need for some basic supplies.
can anybody make that? Basically a glittering sequence? Is that what they're called?
Yeah. You want a leotard.
Oh, only the tunic. I don't want the pant.
Yeah, you want the unitard or whatever it is. You don't want the full bodysuit. You just want the leotard.
Okay.
Or whatever they call it. I don't know. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Don't make me get out my pink tutu.
I was going to ask if that's what was next. Costumes are 5 gold apiece.
All right. Well, I'll get 1.
Okay.
Or actually 2. 1 for suspicious if you'll wear it. But we're thinking about the high flying aerobatics type thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
something that you'd see that would be appropriate for the times or whatever.
Yeah. But if you're getting, anybody else getting costumes?
Yeah, I think I'll get a costume because I think I'm gonna be the kind of ringmaster / assistant. So if anybody needs to shoot something off somebody that's not an audience member who we might accidentally kill.
Well, okay, we'll go ahead and get 6 costumes for you guys.
Yeah. And that is when Kate went to her backup character because of an absolute horrible show.
It's possible.
Are we doing crit fumbles?
Not in this game. For 25 gold, you guys could get a disguise kit that would include cosmetics, hair dye, and other small props like, large noses and things like that. For if you guys
let's get like at the enhanced version. So basically double the price, but then we got some extra features and stuff for
yeah, okay,
role playing / what's it when you go to the conventions and you dress up?
cosplay.
Oh, cosplay.
Cosplay.
Yeah, exactly, cosplay. So we got our cosplay disguise kit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get you some foam pieces that you can cut out and make fake armor out of. All right.
Elephant ears and some. It seems like we've gone to the other game, the Fey Realm one.
Fey Realm.
Yeah, the one where you join, where you're
Oh,
part of the festival. You go around and you're actually in a carnival to begin with.
oh yeah, you're talking about being part of the carnival. Yeah. Well, that's what this is what you guys decided you wanted to do to try and join the caravan. You could have showed up and been like, "Hey, we want to be guards. You need guards? We guard."
Well, I will double dip, so I'll be, and like I mentioned earlier, an air outrider for them. So basically, flying around a couple hours a day, scouting up high, and then come back, and then if we go when we get to the towns and stuff, and then I'll do my.
Yep.
So double duty.
Yep. That might help you guys with your caravan entry fees.
Yeah. Okay. So I think our big other thing was a collapsible stage.
Well, that's if you guys want to have something. And you could also see about for some extra gold, seeing about getting the wagon modified so it just folds out and acts as your stage that way. It'd give you a little more elevation, but it probably costs twice as much as what the wagon normally would.
Can we afford it?
You guys still have over 2,500 gold.
Yeah,
did
even
she
if
find herself a breastplate or not?
She probably
we
can,
have-
yeah. But Nefaria said they prefer to get all of the party equipment and stuff set up before going shopping for armor.
All right, let's. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's see if we can save enough for her to get some breastplate.
I mean, it's 400 gold. You've got money.
Yeah, so if we doubled the wagon, even because the wagon was 35, so even if we doubled it, it's 70.
Yeah.
And then plus whatever labor.
Well, that's with the labor and everything to do it. It just costs twice as much.
What does everybody else think?
That was what I was picturing, was the fold out.
Okay.
Yeah. I say let's do it. And if they can paint it all nice and make it look circusy and festive.
Can do.
Okay. Is there anything else like prop wise we need for anybody? You all have arrows.
And the only thing I was looking at, and I got to look at that. I was thinking of more of like the Japanese style samurai longbow. Is that a? Do I need to get a martial feat, or is that a? Can I make that a monk weapon down the line, or what? What I got to do for that versus a short bow?
I gotta look at how that works with the newer. Give me a second.
And then I'll also stick with short bow for now, so we can just keep going. So, but
Yeah.
that's something I'm interested in doing. Is basically doing like the hensai type thing with a long bow.
Yeah.
But I guess that's for more future planning.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that a little bit more for the 2024 rules, since I know that was one of those like kept slowly getting changed around by stuff. I mean, I think nowadays any weapon can be a monk weapon as long as you have reason for it and take a long rest to practice using it as a monk weapon.
Okay. Well, should we go to the armor?
You definitely can.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody else wants to check into any armor. Yeah.
All right. So you show up. They've got armor of all kinds and shapes.
Okay.
You as a character can use any light or medium armor that you choose. You can wear heavy armor, but it will impact you negatively as you are not proficient with it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm looking for medium armor that will help me be a little stealthier.
All right.
I think I need
So
to be.
so you can definitely pick up like a breastplate or something like that for that.
Yeah, and you said that was 400 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
If everybody in the party is cool with me spending the money on that.
I already said yes.
Yes. So I don't trip our way into something.
It happens.
Yeah, whoever's got the highest stealth will roll for one.
Pretty much. All right. So breastplate for you.
Thank you.
Anybody else looking for weapons, armor, anything like that? No? Nobody needs upgrades to their weapons or armor?
No one needs a spiked helmet. How much
Well,
is
I'm wearing.
a spiked helmet that I was talking about?
Well,
With a chin strap, of course, to keep it on in
Yes,
place when I'm
yes.
flying.
Yes, let me see. Check that.
Then I got to see about getting a tattoo that goes with that helmet.
A heart with mom in it.
Exactly.
since we're buying, I would like crossbow.
Crossbow? Alright. So the spiked helmet. They can just take a regular helmet, add a spike to it for an extra gold. So it'd be 3 gold for a spiked helmet.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I'll have to manually create that. Give me just a second.
Do I get better armor?
Of course, mine's going to be like an aviation helmet with goggles.
Okay.
Okay, so like an aviation helmet with goggles and a spike.
Exactly.
Can we put a tassel on the spike for our performances? Make it festive.
No. What you do is it screws on. So
Oh, there we go.
So when you're not doing performances, he screws the spike on. But when it's time for performances, he takes it off and he does like one of those giant feathered things, like you see the people in Mardi Gras wear.
Yes.
I like it.
Perfect. And I'm sure Suspicious will appreciate that if you guys are doing aerial acrobatics together.
Big, giant, pink flamingo, fluffy feather.
Sounds fabulous.
Okay. All right. So should be on your sheet now. I'm going to say that like if you use that as a headbutt for a martial arts, or as part of one of your martial arts attacks, you can use that to get a free escape attempt as well if somebody's got you grappled because, head spike. Ow.
Okay, I like it. I was thinking more role-playing purposes, but if I get an added benefit, I'll take it.
Yep. All right. So, Suspicious, you were wanting what? Crossbow?
Yep.
All right.
I don't know why, but I just started thinking about a little tiny version of that helmet for Sir Fuzzy. Just a tiny little spike, like toothpick-sized spike.
That would be great.
But he's got to get the matching mom tattoo.
Okay.
Suspicious, did you want a hand crossbow, heavy crossbow?
And crossbow.
Hand crossbow? Okay.
Yep. And
Go with that instead of the short bow.
yep.
All
That
right.
way I can use the crossbow expert feat.
Yep. So that is 75 gold for a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts will be another gold. So you got just over 2,000 gold left in the party.
Bless, did you say something about armor?
I have studded leather. I think that's okay for now.
Yeah. Yeah, if you upgraded to a breastplate, you would probably not get much more out of it.
No longer hide in the dark.
Breastplate doesn't provide you disadvantage on stealth, so you
Oh.
could still be invisible in the dark. It's just,
Doesn't add anything. Save the money.
I mean, your base AC would go from a 12 to a 14, but then you take a penalty on your dex mod to your. So yeah, it basically comes out as a wash unless you take feats to improve it further.
Yeah, I'll stick with the studded for
Okay.
now.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be right now if we're still shopping, but the other thing I was gonna see if there was any place to maybe go commune with Lathander,
You could.
and I
Did
could.
Neferia want to get a shield?
Oh,
A shield?
Yes,
Yes.
oh, I have one.
you have
Oh,
one.
you have a shield.
Okay. Ah, that's why
Oh,
it was
Merlin's
being
missing today.
it was being carried instead of worn. That's why your AC was a little low. All right.
Oh, okay. There we
Yep.
go.
17 AC now.
Oh, much better.
Merlin. Merlin will get a shield because they're up fighting enough that at least having it around would be useful. And they can decide if they want to use it or not. But constantly disappearing. I have no idea. Okay, so that gets Merlin up to a 17 AC as well. So that should make you guys have a little less squash fud going on.
I was trying to like figure out what Bear Hut was. So.
That's when you have a grizzly and you give him a heads up display.
Very
Some
large one.
MVGs on.
Okay.
Just typing too fast.
Anything else you guys want to pick up? I mean, let's see. You know, it's going to take you guys. Where'd it go? It's 550 miles, so it's going to take about 3 10-day to get to Baldur's Gate. So, or from Baldur's Gate to um, Good grief.
Elturel.
No, you guys went from Elturel to Baldur's Gate. You're going from Baldur's Gate to
Waterdeep. Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. There we go. I don't know why my brain just suddenly went like, nope, not remembering that name. So yeah, it'll take you guys a couple of weeks to get to Neverwinter. So you guys can get all prepared and all that, but you're probably going to need like rations, animal feed, things like that as well.
Oh yeah. Well,
Um,
let's get that started.
so feed for for your horse is 5 copper per day. So 30 days, that's 150 copper. So a gold for animal feed.
Okay.
You know, and then are you guys planning on like relying on nightshade hunting for all of you, especially after you've seen Nightshade's meal preferences, or
Yeah,
are
maybe
you
we should
are you
rations.
you want to get some rations?
Yeah, 'cause I
All
think
right.
that'll help us ensure against bad hunting days too.
So you could get a crate of rations that has 50 rations in it for 25 gold. Or you can buy them
Seems
individually for 5 silver. The amount doesn't necessarily change depending on whether you're buying crates or individual, but it's more of just a question of how much do you want.
um there's what, 6 of us?
Yep. So 6 times 30, that's 180 rations. If there's, no hunting that happens.
I rolled a hunting survival check of 18 for.
Yeah.
Said I got a coney or two, a couple rabbits also,
Yep.
along with my field mice and.
Yeah, because I can't make good berries yet, but
No.
eventually.
No, you can't do that, but
You can't.
Not yet.
So, what level are you?
you guys are only 4th level.
Hey, good berries are first level spell.
Uh-huh.
Unless you didn't take it as a spell. Don't rangers get to change their spells out?
I don't know, but I don't think Celeste took any spells, so you could probably take that if you wanted to.
I don't think it gave me a choice. But yes, if I can have a spell, then I mean I have spell slots, but
Yeah.
I took
Uh,
Hunter's Mark as
Hunter's Mark is
Yeah.
something you get automatically
oh,
because it's actually a
but yes.
class ability rather than just a straight up.
Yeah, sometimes Fantasy Grounds doesn't allow you to take the spells. You have to add them afterwards. So let's see
Yeah.
what you get.
But yes, I also will have now. I have good berries, so that will help with.
Well, yeah, you get the entire nutrition you need for the day from a single berry. Doesn't mean your stomach stops rumbling.
So we should probably get like 2 boxes and like
50 rations to help fill
Yeah, whatever
everything
you
up.
need. Fill that. I'm just role playing purposes. I'm going to be like hunting.
right. That's why we got half of what we would need for the trip, and then the rest we can
You're gonna rely on what Nightshade brings you, huh?
Yeah, you're right. 3 boxes.
I'm just saying, you've seen Nightshade pouncing on like rats and mice and things like that constantly.
I can't. I will. I don't want to waste. So why would I bounce on a deer if I have no way to turn it into good food?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying they've seen you just walking along and be like, "Ooh, mouse."
Yeah, 3 boxes.
3 boxes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. At level, you have. Oh, that's multi-class. Ranger. All right, you get 5 prepared spells at level 4.
And that doesn't count the disguise self from Gloomstalker.
And I don't believe it counts a hunter's mark either.
No. So, any other spells you want, Celeste?
You get 5 of them. You get hunter's mark, disguise self, plus 5 from the ranger tree.
All right, hold on.
Alarm, animal friendship, cure wounds, detect magic, detect poison and disease,
Cure
entangle,
wounds. Cure wounds as one.
fog cloud,
I would take Zephyr Strike as 1.
jump, long strider, and speak with animals.
Yeah, Zephyr Strike is the second.
Hold on, let me see if I can find that one. There it is. Alright, Zephyr Strike.
You said Goodberry?
Yep, she's got Goodberry. So she's got 2 so far.
And then the cure
Yep.
wounds.
Yep.
That's 3. 2.
I guess the cloud, would the cloud one be good?
Fog cloud?
Would that be something? Would that be something that would, if
Fog
you do
cloud.
that, you then
Fog
hide?
cloud is, in my opinion, would be something that is useful in the case of we need to get out of here now, and we don't want the other things to see us. So I'm going to drop fog cloud, and we can all run, and then they don't get to sit there and snipe at us with attacks of opportunity as we try and get away from them.
Oh, that might be good.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right.
And does Ranger get Long Strider?
Yes. That's another good
That
one.
would, yeah, that's a good spell for you, for anybody, because I think, well, actually, that was
Okay.
only 7.
So,
And since they're prepared spells, you can always change them out later on.
Okay,
Long Strider is touch. You're thinking of Expeditious Retreat that is self.
Oh, okay.
So, alrighty. So you got that fixed. Sounds like you guys kind of have a idea. You got most of your stuff together for your travel. You got about 1,900 gold left. So, is there anything else you guys can think of that you would like to do? Pick up, look for.
All right. Well, ideally, let's see what we got in the party sheet.
You know, you've got
Okay,
5
we got
potions of
5
healing. There may be spell scrolls that you guys might want to look at, or anything else. Yeah. think Merlin has comprehend languages. But if there's anything else you guys think you could use?
Well, ideally, I think we should have a total of 12 potions of healing. That would be 2 per party member. So we'd need 7 more. That way you can use 1 for yourself if you need it, 1 to get somebody else up, if that's possible. I don't know. So that's just my thought on it. So, but I think at least everyone should have 1 potion of healing. So we need at least 1 more, so everyone can put 1 potion of healing on their character sheet, so everyone has the ability in an emergency.
I mean, that's a good idea.
Makes sense to me.
So for that, you guys would need to buy 7 more potions of healing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need at least 1, so everyone has at least 1. But if we can, if they're available, let's get 7.
Yep. So 50 gold for each of those. That'd be 350 gold.
And let's not put them in the party sheet. Let's move them to your characters.
Yeah. While you guys do that, it just started raining here, and I got some windows open, so I need to go close those and take a quick bio break. So I will be back in just a couple minutes.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds like a smart idea.
I accidentally took 1 too many. I'll be back.
Alrighty. I'll unblock.
Alrighty.
So, let's see.
So yeah, Nightshade and Celeste. So they took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potions,
Yep.
and so yeah, we had 5, so 7 or
And
5 more because we have 2 left in the party sheet.
I just added those on there. Just need to give them to Merlin and Lyric.
Do we just drag it over to our inventory? Is that how
Yeah,
we...
so the little shield icon, if you just drag that to your inventory page, that will move one over at a time. Okay, so everybody's got one, and then there's 6 left on the party sheet, right? Is my math mathing?
Actually, I grabbed 2 of them, so.
Okay, so there should be 5 left.
Well,
Gotcha.
Not seeing...
but I think I had 1 to begin with, but that's why I put it back. But
So there should be 6. Okay,
all right,
sounds good.
Okay. For some reason, I'm not I'm not seeing a shield icon or anything.
So when you've got the party sheet open, right?
Yes.
Do you see where it says if you hit the inventory tab on the right side and then open your character sheet's inventory tab?
Uh-huh.
If you scroll down, you should see where it says Potion of Healing, and then it's got a blank space, and it says ID, and then there's I call it a shield. It looks to me like a shield. It's like a brown circle. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see... Oh, wait.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. For some reason, when I first tried that, it was like not working.
Well,
So,
if you don't have
okay.
your inventory page open, it won't work.
Okay. I am good then.
All right. Oh, and don't forget to level up, Nefaria. Everyone went
yes.
4 last time, so you may want to go ahead and finish leveling up.
Huzzah.
Because, doing things is fun.
Yeah.
And if you're higher level, you can do more things.
Excellent thing. Okay, so I'm going to do this guild.
All right, everybody roll me a perception check.
I'll be right there. Taking care of this feat.
I'm too busy hunting. but nothing gets by our ranger.
Yep. Eagle Eye Celeste.
Okay.
What dragon type is Celeste?
Oh.
Bronze? Brad.
Bronze.
Yes. But
Bronze Power Ranger.
Okay. All right. Celeste, you catch sight of somebody, and at first it's like, you're doing this person's familiar, but I can't place them. And you catch them as you're walking around the city doing some shopping, as the person is carrying around a palanquin, which is kind of one of those, 4 people hold a pole, or 2 people on each side hold a pole that's got kind of a cart or a little tented platform.
Chair in it.
Oh, gotcha.
And it takes you a minute, but then you realize, wait, I saw that person back at the cultists' camp. And now they're here in Baldur's Gate carrying around somebody on a palanquin like they're some wealthy member of the city.
I'll point it out to the party.
Okay.
I guess we should see where they're going.
Let me think here. I'll say it's history. What would I roll to see if I recognize them from before? What they're...
Recognize who? The person that Celeste just pointed out to you?
Exactly. Maybe I can... I'm trying to...
With them pointed out to you, you recognize them.
Okay, but what were they doing before? What was their position? Were they a guard? Are they in charge?
Oh, okay. This was just one of the many cultists. You think you recall seeing them as one of the ones that were standing around during your fight with Senator Gosa in the town of Greenest.
Okay. And so now they're actually one of the 2 people carrying around the palanquin?
One of 4.
Okay, one of 4 people carrying around a palanquin.
Yep.
And we can't see into.
No,
Who's
it is tented off with some canvas, so you can't see in.
All right, I'll make sure I move to so there's somebody between me and the palanquin.
Okay.
I feel I'm probably fairly recognizable.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll. All right. So you duck behind somebody. Unfortunately, you're not quite sure if you got out of line of sight fast enough, or your sudden action may have drawn more attention to you. But you are now out of their line of sight.
If it was combat, I would have had advantage on that roll.
Well, get advantage on the roll then.
Did they
What's
see
that?
the rest of us?
I mean, they're not necessarily looking for you guys, so it's kind of one of those. Celeste just happened to pick somebody out of the crowd and go, wait a minute, I know who that is.
I'm not trying to do it like super fast, like, because that would obviously draw attention. Like, all of a sudden, boom, what was that?
Yeah.
Just sort of like, okay, I half step back and make sure that I'm not in direct view. So I'll take my roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll try and do like just a casual follow, not looking at anybody else in our party, and just trying to keep them in sight.
Okay. So you're gonna follow the palanquin.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a stealth check. Okay. Slightly better than it was before.
Yeah. At least it wasn't a disadvantage one.
Yep. All right. So with as heavily crowded as the city is, and the fact that this palanquin sticks up, you can hold a decent ways back, and they're not going to probably notice you. You do see them doing some stuff around the stockyards, purchasing some wagons and other supplies for looks like a fairly long trip. Um, you do notice that the person in the palanquin never directly talks to anybody. There's always somebody running back and forth between the palanquin and the whoever they're dealing with.
Oh.
So you get the impression that whoever's in there knows that they may not be welcome in the city.
Oh, interesting.
But they still feel they're important.
Or they're just using the fact that important people ride around in these things to remain anonymous.
Hmm.
As anonymous as creating a TikTok video.
Sometimes the best way to hide is in plain sight.
True. I mean, most of the people in this town are so used to seeing these palanquins roaming around. You guys have seen plenty throughout the day. That they just that's how things operate. The nobles don't want to get themselves sullied with the unwashed masses, so they ride around above everyone else.
Is there any way that I could like engineer bumping into one of them, or are they like got guards around the people carrying?
You're there's a couple of guards that kind of are bu- bullying people out of the way as the other four
Okay.
carry it.
I was just thinking like, oh, what if we could maybe like get them to tip a little bit or something so we could see inside? But that may not actually work if there's guards.
Yeah. The guards would make it a bit difficult. You're also pretty sure that the city watch would not take it too kindly if you were to try causing a disruption.
That's true. We prefer to stay on the right side of the law right now. Um, feels like the only thing we can do is just keep following them. Maybe see where they go at night or something.
Nightshade does have a decent idea if anybody's got the spell.
Oh. Oh, grease. I do not have grease.
Merlin does not. Don't think Lyric does either.
I do have a flask of oil.
I mean, you could try getting Nightshade to fly over top and just slowly drip oil on one of their hands until they butterfingers the palanquin.
Oh. Mage
Or
hand to
Mage Hand.
trip.
Yeah.
Oh, I have mage hand.
Yeah, you know how when somebody's walking and you just sort of take their
Doesn't
ankle as they're trying to step and
Yeah, it doesn't
sort of
take
just
much force
just
to
bump it
throw
so they
somebody
trip
off.
their
Yeah, okay. Yeah. If we could mage hand, because I could also use mage hand to pour out the oil vial, but if I can use it to trip somebody, and that isn't considered an attack.
Yep.
Yeah. I say let's try and trip them up and see if we can see inside this thing.
All right. What is your spell save DC?
It is
So the way you could find that is by looking at, like, say, Sacred Flame, and it's got that cast button, and it says Save Dex DC 12. That's going to be your save DC is 12.
Okay.
Let's see how this does.
Yeah.
That's pretty low though.
I mean, level 4. That's not too bad. I mean,
Yeah, but doesn't it add in your
yeah,
modifier?
Nefaria didn't max out Wisdom, though. Nefaria's
Okay.
kind of got a decent stat spread, so can be flexible on that. However, he rolls extremely poorly, and one of the cultists falls, which causes the whole thing to turn into a fiasco.
Oh.
Give me perception checks, everyone.
Come on.
Yeah, I was specifically looking.
Yep.
Oh, both Nightshade and Suspicious.
He's got expertise in it.
Yep. So Nightshade and Suspicious, you catch a flash of black scales inside the tented portion of it.
Now, I don't know one way or another, but I'm just assuming that it's another half dragon for whatever reason.
Well,
since I've
you
already
were
fought-
the information you got previously indicated that there were at least two half dragons that were in charge of the camp. Landragosa Cyanrath and Resmir.
So I'm believing Resmir is a black half dragon then.
Yep, that's reasonable to assume based on the information you've collected.
Since I just saw black scales and we just killed my nemesis, the blue dragon.
Yep.
Can I do like a history check or something to like think about what I know about black dragons?
That would probably be an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yep. All right. Black dragons are members of the chromatic dragons. Tend to be not nice, self-serving, evil creatures. Black is dragons are generally associated with acid.
Ooh.
And they tend to live in swampy areas.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, do we want to follow this palanquin to see where they go? Are we at our destination, or are we at getting ready to leave?
You're getting ready to leave to go get on the road and travel from here to Neverwinter.
Yeah, I think maybe we should see where they are they staying at a camp just outside of town, or are they staying at a location in the town?
Or maybe they've infiltrated our caravan.
Well, that's why you guys are joining the caravan, is because you know that they're planning to travel with this group.
Ah, okay. Got it.
But
So
now
we've
that
infiltrated the
now,
so we've infiltrated the caravan.
yes, it's not their caravan. You've infiltrated the caravan that they have infiltrated. Let's put it that way.
It's a dual infiltration caravan.
Yes. You are infiltrating the infiltrated caravan.
Wow,
We
this
know
is
that you know that I know that he knows.
That I don't know what I'm talking about. However, what this does allow you to do is you are now able to mark out, as you see them purchase these wagons, which wagons are belonging to the cult.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to type. Basically pay attention to which palanquins, which wagons, especially when I'm doing my at altitude outrider thing, so I can sort of keep an eye on them.
Yep.
well, that'll be helpful.
So, no, there it is. It's buried. I'm sorry. You're not going to Neverwinter. You're going to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Okay.
Love it when they mention one thing on one line on one page over in an odd place, and you're like, I know I saw it. Where was it? So at this point, you're able to kind of pull your wagon into the caravan. After making arrangements with the caravan master to travel with them, you know, perhaps making a few stops along the way in smaller towns as folks trade or whatever. You guys might do a small show. But you're able to start meeting some of your fellow caravaneers. The first one that comes over to greet you is a older halfling. He introduces himself as Enam Tobum. He says he's been driving freight wagons for nigh on 40 years now. Oh, and believe me, if there's anything to see on these roads, I've probably seen it. So if you need a good storyteller, or got a good story that you want said, let me know.
Yeah. We love stories. What's the wildest thing you've seen?
What's the what?
Wildest thing you've seen?
The wildest thing? Oh, well, there was this time our caravan was set upon by these creatures out of the Feywild. And they looked like big cats, but they had these tentacles off their back. And I swear, the guards kept shooting him, and the arrows would just go right through him.
Oh.
It took forever to take him down, and they drugged 3 cows off while they were at it.
Wow, that sounds absolutely terrifying.
Welcome to Displacer Beasts.
Oh. Displacer beast.
Of course, he won't call them that. He hypes them up as these, semi-legendary things that nearly killed the entire caravan before he figured out that you have to shoot 2 feet to the right in order to catch them, and then their illusion dispels once they've finally been hit. It dispels for a little while, and then you're able to take them down. If you don't hurry and take them down, the illusion comes back, and then you've got to figure out where they're at again.
Oh, that's good to know. I will definitely be keeping that tip handy, just in case. Do you run into a lot of danger as you're traveling this route?
This route, not so much. That was over in the Cormier Forest.
So this one's pretty quiet.
Unless a sea monster decides to come out and snack on the caravan.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be going along the coast at points. Oh, and then there's Candlekeep. If you get a chance to, you should stop in there. But it's real hard to get entry. I'm not sure how people still do it. Because in order to get into Candlekeep, you have to give them a book that they don't already have. It's been around for so long, I'm surprised they don't have every book under the sun.
Oh.
But somehow people still keep coming up with new stuff. So,
You know anybody who's been in?
no, just rode by it several times. But
Did anyone have bought a book?
you should go talk with Seshpol over there, and he points to a half elf who has a wagon full of casks and barrels. I'm sure his trade would probably go real well with you guys doing the entertaining bit.
Oh, yes. That would actually be a great idea. I think probably a little drinking makes our act that much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well, you guys have a good trip, and if you need anything, let old Tobin know.
Thank you. And yeah, you let us know if you need anything as well.
Very nice. Have a great day. And so he'll wander back over and finish taking care of some stuff on his wagon.
Yeah, I think I'm going to wander over to the half elf.
Okay.
Sorry, what was his name again?
I'm going to put that one in the chat for you guys.
Half elf or halfling?
So the first one was a halfling that you were just talking to. He pointed out a half elf who seems to be selling alcohol and stuff like that, and seems like he's probably just selling it in the caravan, and as people go along, he's not really trading it between places. He'll just refill his stuff when he gets to the next location.
Okay.
But people need something to spend their gold on in the evenings when they're trying to rest and relax. But that is his name. Name is the half elf's name is Bed Sheshpol.
Sheshpol. Okay, I think I'm going to go introduce myself. I think I'm kind of trying to be as friendly as possible and talk to as many people as I can.
Okay. So he sees you coming and I think this would be my first time traveling this route with some entertainers.
Oh, really? Do you usually get a certain type of traveler?
Well, most of the entertainers just kind of roam and wander freely. Uh, so they don't usually take the caravans. Most of them don't have too much worth stealing, so bandits tend to leave them alone.
Yeah, we thought it might be better to travel with a group just to protect ourselves a little bit more. And who knows, if we run into a sea monster, maybe our odds will be better.
Likely the only sea monster will be old Enum's tails once he's had a few too many of my brew.
That's a good tip to watch out for.
Uh, Closest we've come to that has been a Shogun raiding party.
Oh,
Or something similar, but them little water goblins aren't too problematic.
well, have you traveled with any of these folks before?
Hmm. I mean, most of us have run into each other at one time, point or another. Uh, there's a few of them I don't recognize, but you know, the guards here are usually pretty good. Be careful around Edkin Agtul, the dwarf over there. She's got a bit of a perfectionist streak,
Ah,
and she'll talk your ear off about how she knows what she's doing, and you should all listen to her if you want to live. Blah 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 blah. Wah, 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 wah. I stopped listening to her years ago.
it's probably pretty smart.
But
Well, have you got any good
are
gossip?
you guys a new act getting started, or planning to make this a regular route? What about yourselves?
Yeah, we're just getting started. I think that's why you can see we're traveling a little modestly. Probably a few kinks to work out. We thought if we started small and get ourselves established on a route, maybe start building up some fans, we'd see if it's worth a go.
Very
Have you
good.
caught our act yet?
What was that?
Have you caught our act yet?
No, I have not caught one of your acts yet. I was hoping to get a chance to see it while we were on the road. If we stop in a town that you guys put on a performance, I'll probably take a gander at it.
We would love to have you, guest of honor. Be
Well,
right up
thank
front
you.
in the seats.
And if it's any good, I may even see if I can talk somebody at the Pink Flump into hosting a jousting night or something like that with you
Oh,
all.
that would be appreciated. Yes, any connections you can help us make, obviously, as a new troupe. We don't know all of the right people to meet, and it seems like you talk to plenty of people. So,
Well, I will tell you
um,
this: Waterdeep is a relatively safe city, but a bit tricky to get started in. The guilds tend to run things. Took me forever to manage to get the permission to buy alcohol there.
oh, how did
I
you find that?
had to convince them that I wasn't planning on opening up a tavern in town.
Oh, I guess they didn't want competition, huh?
Well, if I was opening a tavern, then I'd have to register with the innkeepers and tavern keepers guild. And if I wanted to buy, but buying alcohol requires permission from the vintners guild. It's a very complicated. Nightshade's played a campaign in Waterdeep.
Ah,
Um, it's a very complicated mess, though.
sounds
And
like it.
you, Nightshade, you walked right back in to be hearing about the innkeepers and vintners guilds and everything, and probably went, "Oh crap, not again!"
Are we gonna go to our own tavern?
Well, this is several years before your tavern, so you might end up going to your tavern while being owned by someone else.
Might meet our ghost.
Maybe.
Oh.
Well, your character doesn't know that.
Oh no, but my other one does. I just threw it in there just so you can think. Because
Yeah.
we ended the campaign, but it's like, oh yeah. A lavatory galore.
All right.
I think I'll ask, is there anyone you think that would be helpful for me to talk to?
By the way,
Mhm.
the other person to be careful of,
Mhm.
and he points over to a human. Archie there is a bit of a crank.
Oh.
He can be friendly at times, but he's not fun to be around.
Oh. As an entertainment troupe, we certainly want to avoid people like that.
Oh, he would be the best thing for you. You just have to make sure you've got a space off to one side in the audience for him.
Oh, really?
As the wind shifts and you catch a waft of heavily unwashed body.
Oh.
He would be loud enough to get people's attention and get people fired up about something, but they wouldn't want to sit too close.
Good advice. Excellent advice. Thank you.
You're welcome. Stop by for a drink at some point, and maybe if you're doing a performance, we'll have to plan me setting up a little bit larger of a spread of my wares for those thirsty souls who come out for
Be
some
honored.
entertainment.
We'd be honored. Us caravanners have to stick together and help each other out where we can.
Yes, yes, especially those of us without the purest of bloods. Some people get a little nicky about that. As he looks over his shoulder, and you see a man dressed in red robes with a tight-fitting skull cap on.
Ooh. We don't have anybody really human looking, do we?
Lyric. Lyric is a half elf, and you are mostly human. Merlin can look human.
Oh, wait. Can I disguise myself as a human? Because I have disguised self.
You could use the spell to disguise yourself as human, yes, because that would help hide the horns.
Yeah, just make my skin a natural human color because I feel like he might be good to talk to.
Yeah.
Not gonna talk to me.
He definitely seems. It seems kind of odd because people are kind of avoiding him slightly. There's a few people that talks to him, but not much going on with him.
Would we recognize the robes at all, or his dress? Is
That would be a history check.
Do... Bloody hell.
All right, Neferia, there's something about it that you're like, you feel like you should know what they are. Or Nightshade, you recognize this as the garb of a Thayan who at this point there are many who are fleeing their country as Zastam, the Archlich, has just taken over, or the country of Thay.
Oh, he just took over?
Recently enough. It's not the point where later on where it's like Thayans are all probably red wizards and horrible people. There's a lot of Thayan dysphoria going on at the moment as people trying to flee from Zastam's rule.
I'm thinking maybe he should change his clothes, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm a general, darn it. I'm going to wear my uniform.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think if y'all think he might be potentially helpful, I can go talk to him. Or we could go.
I would say he will be interested in whatever's best for him
Mm-hmm.
and only him. So he might be helpful, but only if it's in his best interest.
Gotcha. I think if there's anybody else mentioned to talk to.
Well, there's quite a few other people, but that's who he has mentioned to you. Looking around, you see other humans, a rock gnome, some shield dwarves, a full-blooded elf merchant.
Oh.
Looks like a gold dwarf working on their wagon, getting it prepared. You also see a human who surprisingly has green skin, head to toe. Everything is green. Teeth, eyes, nails, hair, everything.
Oh. I gotta know what his story is. Or their story.
Interesting.
You could go talk to her
That's
if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna sidle up to her.
What is while you're doing that? What's Suspicious and Nightshade been up to?
All right. Well, I sort of been listening to the conversation intently. I guess probably the accent probably tipped me off about the Thayan.
He's not really talking to anybody. It's just kind of you get those robes and the style they are in, as well as the fact that people are just kind of avoiding him a little bit.
So I've been sort of been just, like I said, carving on scrimshaw bone, basically making little things and just playing around carving while I'm listening to everybody's what I've been doing.
Okay. Suspicious, what are you up to?
Other than picking up everything that's not nailed down, I just no, just similar thing, just listening around.
Okay. So let's see. What do you hear while you're sitting there listening around? You hear a couple of the guards talking. One of the female guards says that this is her first trip out of Baldur's Gate. Grew up and basically has never been 2 miles from her home in her whole life, but she's ready to go see the world. hopefully bring some stories back for her aunt. The shield dwarf that's also guard that's talking to her, um, so kind of snaps at her, saying that we don't need no greenhorn hillbillies running around here. This is serious work, Eric, and you need to straighten up, or you will you'll get us all killed. Suspicious as his Grinch sack just going around grabbing everything that's not nailed down in camp. Yeah.
When they ask questions, I'm saying just don't worry about it.
Lots and lots of costumes.
Yep. Celeste, what are you doing?
I'm standing off to the side, just observing, listening to conversations.
All right. You end up with a human lady walking up around you. Hold on. There we go. Seems she is admiring your bow. And she says, it's a strange bow for an entertainer. Looks like it's seen more use than just shooting tricks. My name's Lita, by the way. Lita Widris. And you are?
Celeste.
Well met, Celeste. I'm guessing, even though you're not signing on as a guard, you know your way around that weapon well enough that I could trust you to watch my back if things happen around here.
I'm always willing to help a friendly traveler.
I think we'll get along quite nicely then. You do notice that she is missing the last joint of her ring finger on her right hand. As she's
It looks
talking
like you've
to
had some adventure yourself.
I wish it were something that I could say was a grand fight or something like that, but alas, it was my own stupidity in not making sure my gloves were thick enough. I come from Icewind Dale, and the cold will kill you faster than most men if you're not careful. Lost it to frostbite years ago.
Oh dear, that sounds painful.
It's actually far less painful than most people think it is. I mean, once it's frozen solid, you really don't feel it. But hopefully we have an uneventful trip. But if anything goes down, I'll be sure to keep an eye out for you.
Appreciate it.
So she goes back to kind of working her way around the camp. Anybody approaching anybody? Any of the other folks in the caravan?
I think that's all of us, isn't it? There's only
Well,
four of
yeah,
us.
but I'm saying you guys have plenty of time. You can go talk to anybody you want to. There's still quite a few people that you haven't talked to.
I'm totally going to talk to the green person.
Okay. So you walk over to them. What are you saying?
I'm gonna be super friendly. I'm not gonna like comment on her skin at all and just say, "Hi, I am just trying to meet fellow caravanners. My name's Nefiria."
Nice to meet you,
What's your
Nefiria. My name is Isma, but most call me Green Isma.
How's that
You
relate?
realize that she is one of the few folks in the caravan that does not have her own wagon.
Oh. Have you traveled with this caravan before, or is this your first time traveling with the caravan?
To be honest, I've never traveled very far, or until she just motions to her body. This happened, and now I am heard that Waterdeep has many great magics and splendors, and I was hoping to head there and see if anybody knew uh, how to fix this.
Ah, so you just woke up one day green, or did you encounter somebody?
Well, I don't see how that's any of your business. Besides, it's not easy being green.
No, as someone who's purple, I understand. And unfortunately, there's no changing this skin color. So, um, I was just hoping, I know a little magic myself. I know some magic users. So if there was something we could do to help, um, I'm willing to offer, but I don't want to bother you.
Well, I've talked to most people, and any fixes that most of them have come up with have been only temporary. But I've heard there's a powerful mage in Waterdeep known as the Blackstaff. Uh,
That's-
Hopefully, they can help me with this, as they run some kind of magical school and researching.
Well, I hope that they can help you.
Yes, yes.
And if you need anything, we'll just be over here working on our entertainment act as we go along. So we're happy to have you as a guest one night if you haven't caught the show yet.
Well, thank you very much. If I feel like it, I might come take a look.
And I'm gonna leave her alone. Because now my curiosity
You,
is satisfied.
you noticed she was quite friendly until you started asking like how she turned green. She didn't mind people asking about her being green, but the how of it tended to disturb her.
Yeah.
As you're kind of looking around at the rest of them, you suddenly hear a rather decent voice ring out in song, talking with kind of a marching tune or traveling song. Um, and this goes on for a few minutes, and then suddenly he just kind of quiets down and just starts staring around. As you look over, you also notice that there is a gargoyle tethered to his wagon.
I think we need to meet him. I don't know if there's anybody else in the party who's like, I would love to talk to this singing guy.
Well, maybe Lyric, but he's not here tonight.
Mm.
He's taking a nap. He ate some of the caravan food. It didn't sit well with his stomach.
He's got the
You go.
caravan crud.
Yeah, I think we need to meet our singing guy.
All right. So who all's going over to meet Singing Man?
I'll go over with her.
Okay. So you guys head over there and you just kind of guy stops
Listen
working.
to the song and
Well, he's stopped singing now. He's working on his wagon. He just kind of stops, looks at you guys, kind of narrows his eyes, and then goes back to working on his wagon.
Say, you have a lovely voice. I was a little sad the song ended.
Eh.
I'm Neferia, and this is my fellow entertainer.
nice
The
to meet you.
Sparrow.
Pleasure to meet you. What brings you to the caravan?
He just kind of looks at you.
Well, if you're ever looking for something else to do, we can always use another amazing singer. Or if you just want to take in the show one night when we're performing, maybe give you a little entertainment.
He just looks at you. Starts working on adjusting one of the wheels on his wagon.
Any help we can be to you?
Mm.
A strong silent type, huh?
Takes out a bucket with a brush in it, kind of loads the brush up and starts greasing the wagon's wheel. The pungent odor of pork fat is heavy in the air.
Oh. Does your gargoyle have
Is
any?
Nightshade bleeding like a sheep?
It just reminded me the way you was doing that of the Baldur's Gate, the red caps.
Oh, bah! Bah!
The way the guy was answering her questions.
So yeah, he just continues to work and just kind of starts ignoring you at this point.
Are gargoyles friendly at all?
This one does not look friendly. He looks like he's going to try and keep people from messing with the wagon. That's for sure.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm just gonna slowly moonwalk away. Nothing to see here. Compliment paid. Not gonna touch the gargoyle. Okay. Friendliness attempted.
Friendliness attempted, friendliness rebuffed. Time to move on.
Yes. Do we see any of like the people in the wagons that we know are cultists that we could talk to? Like, not anybody high up. Like, just
yeah,
lower.
there's a few various cultists that are kind of meandering around. They tend to be holding pretty close to their wagon, but there's one or two of them that you could probably go chat with.
Yeah, I think I might be interested in just kind of starting a friendly conversation with them and seeing what information I could start getting, or at least maybe have like a friendly, so they're not like suspicious at all.
Yeah, you approach one of them, says, hello.
Hi.
You,
Just introduce me.
So here is a big question as you walk up to this guy. What is your holy symbol on? Is it
Oh,
like
I've got an amulet.
you've got
Yeah.
an amulet, but like, do you have it painted on your shield or anything like that, or because
No.
you could also put it on your shield so you could like display your shield instead of having to like dig your amulet out if you've got both hands full.
Oh, that's a good idea. So yeah, I think I've painted the sun symbol of Lathander on my shield.
Okay, so he kind of looks you over. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Neferia, and you are?
Oh, I'm Longhand.
Longhand. Pleasure to meet you. I'm just introducing myself to our fellow caravanners and inviting everyone to come see us perform along
Oh,
the route. If you have a night off to go enjoy yourself, I'm not sure what you do, but
well, I I don't know if I'll have a lot of time if we're somewhere around people, as I'm supposed to help keep our wagons safe.
ah, guard. Okay, it's
Yes.
always good to be safe. We understand. I won't ask you who's in your what you need to keep safe in your wagon. It'd probably
I
be
appreciate
rude,
it.
right?
Yes.
How long
What?
how long have you been a guard?
Uh, Started recently.
Ah, we're fairly recent to the entertainer game, which you'll learn if you ever get to see our performances.
He just kind
We're
of
just
looks
trying.
at you, and you know the old Spock eyebrow raise from
Oh yeah.
classic. Yeah, he does that kind of maneuver. He just kind of looks at you and raises one eyebrow. Interesting.
Uh, have you seen anything interesting so far in your travels as a guard?
Nah, not too many things. Just still getting started, but there was a bit of kerfuffle down in the tradeway a while back. I hear one of the trade towns got ransacked.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Do they know who ransacked it?
Not really. I imagine if they had, they probably would have sent for the Hell Riders of Eltergard.
Ah, well, I suppose I hope that they're shoring up their defenses. I hate to.
Little trade town like that, they don't even have a wall around them. Kind of hard to have good defenses if you don't have any to start with.
Oh, I suppose so. I'm sure you've seen a lot of towns traveling in a
I've seen a
caravan, or
few.
you know, we've traveled a little bit too. We're just like I said, we're just getting started, so um, seeing what this route has to offer. I don't know if you have any recommendations
Mm,
or gossip. If you're willing to share
first,
gossip, I'm always looking for gossip.
first time heading this way, so can't really make too many recommendations.
Well, do you ever get a night off?
Eh, not too often.
Mm.
Usually have things to do if we're near town.
Oh, what kind of things do you do in town?
It's because we're near town. It have to stay a little busier than usual.
It must be someone pretty important to be able to hire guards like yourself.
Yes, one of the more important people. Yes.
Oh, what an honor. To be chosen for this kind of duty.
Yes, it is an honor to be chosen. Takes a lot of hard work to get there, though.
I'm sure. I spent a lot of years reading and working hard back when I was in school. So I understand the value of hard work. So congratulations on making it this far.
Yes, yes.
Well, if you need anything ever, or like I said, you do get a night off if one of your compatriots, I suppose it's a small crew if you're all working constantly, but if you ever do get a night off, you're always welcome at our show. If you need anything,
Well, I'm not sure I will have time for such frivolities.
well, everybody's got to have a little downtime. Can't be all hard work.
Yes, well, so sometimes sacrifices must be made.
Ah, I suppose so.
And he just kind of gives you that. He turns just enough to kind of indicate he's done talking.
I'll just like awkwardly wave and kind of back away. I'm like, well, yeah, I didn't know what else to say anyway. Okay, have a good one.
Yeah, he doesn't respond.
And what was his name again?
Longhound.
Okay.
Nightshade, they'll kind of uh, chat with you a little bit. Um, you eventually come across one of the guards. Who will introduce himself as Eldkin Edgetool.
Elkin.
Yep, Eldkin Edgetool. She is a
Well,
shield dwarf. Says, well, my friend, stick with me. I will make sure you make it safely to Waterdeep. Been on this route so many times I could walk it with my eyes closed. I know it like the back of my hand. And oh, hello, that's new. But never mind that. But so what brings you along this route? It appears you're a gleeman of some kind.
well, yeah, that and outrider since I can fly around a little bit. So sometimes I like to scout ahead, help out. But then we get to town, and I get a little bit bored, so I like to entertain.
Well, it's always good to have some outriders. Make sure that nothing's sneaking up on the caravan.
Yeah, and then of course, got to try all the different spirits from all the towns. So
Yes, well, spirits are quite important. Good at keeping the spirits up, are they not?
that they are. And then I hand her my flask.
She'll take a small nip of it. And she'll chat for a while, but most of it is just her bragging about how well she does her job and things like that.
Okay. Most of it, what I was trying to do is this, just sort of get in the mood of the camp and the guards and the morale, that type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like most of the folks here, this is something that they fairly commonly do. Many of them have traveled this route before, not expecting much trouble. So they're it's all fairly relaxed. It's more the fact of if we move together as a group, we're less of a target than if we move individually. So because we're all together, we're not expecting any trouble. But if we tried to go by ourselves, we would have trouble.
All right. Head back to our wagon / camp, whatever we have. After I've made my rounds a little bit.
Yep. What's the rest of you guys doing?
How late is it now?
It's getting towards evening, and the caravan is supposed to depart in the morning.
When it gets dark enough, Celeste will walk around like the perimeter, far enough away that she blends in, but close enough that she can hear.
Well, right now you guys are kind of in a wagon yard right in Baldur's Gate area, so there's really not any threats at the moment. This is just kind of you guys are getting organized and getting ready to head out.
Almost like we're in the courtyard.
Kind of, yeah. So you're free to kind of do whatever. Even the guards aren't really on alert or doing much guarding because they don't expect people to be running around here.
Fools.
Well, it's more the city guard is keeping the peace at the moment. Suspicious, what are you up to?
I think he went to get another gunny sack.
Needs to load up some more.
Hey man, this access props, so they don't pay attention to it. They just. No, what am I doing this time? Yeah, no, not much. We already did a lot of absorbing other people, so now it's just relaxing, maybe talking to them.
Okay, so you at some point head back to the wagon. Okay, Nefaria, what are you?
Yeah, I think I'll kind of head back towards the wagon and just kind of look around, see if there's anybody who it might.
Okay, so the lot of you kind of all arrive back at the wagon at the same time, and you see a pair of halfling feet kind of poking out from under the canvas covering of your wagon.
I think I'm gonna kick the feet and say, "Can we help you?"
And this halfling kind of crawls up. Oh, hello. Lovius Longnose at your service. How can I help you today?
Well, I think the question is how we can help you at our wagon.
Oh, this is your wagon. I wasn't sure. There was nobody really around, so I was looking around to see whose wagon it might have been.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we came along right now.
Yes, well, I was noticing some of the stuff, and I was thinking there had to have been at least a dragon. Oh, there's the dragonborn, yes. And of course, I saw the horn pollination. Knew there must have been a tiefling around. Wow. I was not expecting the winged ones, though.
Oh, we're multi-talented.
Very much so, very much so. Oh, So you guys are performers, I see.
We are. We just started our entertainment act and thought we'd take it on the road, see what kind of following we could build.
Very
What
nice,
do
very
you?
nice. Well, I shan't keep you. And he kind of starts edging off away from the wagon.
I want to try and reach out and hold him so he doesn't go
Oh,
anywhere.
what is this? What's going on? What do you want?
I just
She
wanted
hugs
to.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a hugger! And he just like wham right around the waist. Well, how? Nice to meet you.
And I
Oh,
think
oh,
Material.
and he kind of straightens back up. Lathander, I see. You serve the morning, Lord.
Yes,
Very
I'm
nice.
like flustered, but yes, I do. I'm a big believer in second chances and new
Ah,
opportunities.
well, opportunities is what caravanning's all about, right? There's all kinds of opportunities around here.
Raise up the good and strike down the wicked.
Well, good thing there's not too many wicked around here. Don't know about that guy in the robes over there, though.
Oh, have you traveled with his caravan before?
Ah, yes. I know many of the people. Oh, yeah. I'm one of the wagon drivers.
Ah.
So what's the goods on the rope guy?
What's the goods on him? Well, I don't know for sure, but most people leave him alone and don't talk to him much, so I haven't had a chance to really get to know him at all. He's fairly new to the caravan.
Yeah, when did he join? Right here with us or before?
I think he came with those folks whose wagon he's riding in.
And who would that be?
Well, I can't say for certain. They tend to be kind of insular and don't really talk much. Haven't had a chance to go really to check them out much at all.
Ah, that's surprising. I figure you would know everybody in this caravan.
Well, they're new.
Oh, they're new like us, so you just haven't got to them yet. I
Correct.
see. Maybe when you get to know them a little bit better, you could tell us what's up with them.
Well, it would depend on how well I get to know them, yes. Do you think I'm a gossip or a blackmailer or something?
No, I just think you're someone that likes to know the people around you, and it's all just a big family affair. We're all your
Well,
friends, right?
yeah, sure. Well, it's getting late, and I really should get going. Time to get my stuff ready for the road tomorrow. He again tries to kind of start moving his way away if the farrier will release him.
Can I tell if he did anything to the wagon?
If you wanted to make an insight check to see if he's acting suspiciously or anything like that, or acting like he might have stolen something and is just trying to get away.
Oh,
Ah, I cannot roll at all.
As far as you guys can tell,
He was sneaky.
he is just kind of. It doesn't seem like he's done anything. He was just happened to be there and trying to check whose wagon it was, and nobody was standing here, so he was trying to find out who the wagon belonged to.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I'll give him just a real friendly pat on the back and say, "Well, you know where to come if you need anything, need a hug. I'll be here. Your friendly tiefling hugger."
Ah, very nice.
What?
And he kind of scuttles off.
Oh, Nightshade.
So
Okay.
that Nightshade.
That just popped in my head.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think he swings that way, Nightshade.
You don't have to interpret it that way.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying because Nightshade is a monk who doesn't have much. There's not many other family jewels that he would probably have. If you guys wanted to roll investigation and see if anything's missing from your wagon, you certainly can.
Yes. Oh, that's way better.
All right. So you guys pull the covers back, kind of start looking around. Neferi, you can tell while some stuff has been kind of shuffled around, nothing's missing.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So either you interrupted him early enough that he didn't take anything, or he wasn't trying to steal stuff to start with. Looks like, in your opinion, it looks like he was just shuffling through just to see what was there.
Okay.
There's
just-
nothing that's been added
Nope.
that's not ours.
You don't see anything that's not necessarily yours.
Just a nosy kind of guy.
Yeah, you feel like he's just one of those. I can't stand to not know, so I'm just going to find out however I can.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, he's not belligerent about it. It's just you get the feeling that his mentality is just I need to know.
His curiosity has no boundaries.
Pretty much.
Well, and I
It's
guess
it's a information is need to know, and I need to know everything.
If he's a driver, wants to know who's in the caravan.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think so nothing was taken, nothing was added. I guess we're good.
All right. So you guys get a nice long rest before next morning. Everybody gets together. Starts prepping everything and begins hauling. The caravan master lets you know the plan is to cover about 15 miles of the trip each day, and every 6 days there'll be a rest day to let the animals recover. If the performers want to put on any performances or something, word tends to travel ahead, so those rest days could be planned to ensure that we're near-ish some settlements that would support a performance from time to time.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, practice the act, keep working on it, add more tricks and stuff.
Yep. You do notice that as you're getting ready to leave, you don't see any sign of the palanquin that had the black half dragon in it. But for the most part, there's about a dozen guards traveling with the wagons that you have marked out for the Cult of the Dragon, as far as you can tell. Some of them appear to be trying to blend in as travelers, but with your investigation and perceptions of these things, you guys are able to pick out some of the travelers just seem a little too concerned with the wagons, with those particular wagons, and are probably somehow associated with them.
Since we know that they stole a bunch of treasure,
Yeah,
are they loaded down more than any of the other wagons?
not really. It seems like they spread out the treasure enough to prevent any of the wagons from being suspiciously heavy. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the plan is if you guys are traveling along for the most part, you can
Yeah, well,
sleep in your wagon or under it or something like that. However, most of the time you are stopping in small towns that have kind of sprung up because, if the wagons make the same distance every day and all that on average, somebody probably at some point builds a small hostel to make for some more inviting accommodations, and the little village springs up around it. Um, so it's not too bad. A few of the folks in the caravan, like the uh, my brain, like Isma, tend to try and stay in the hostelry more than in the caravan at night if there's one available, just because they don't have a wagon to sleep in. Um, but a few days north of Baldur's Gate, you notice a lot of the guards are starting to become more on edge and more wary as you're traveling along.
about every hour or two, depending on how fast the wagon's traveling, I'll fly up to altitude, 1,000 feet, couple thousand feet, so I get a really good bird's eye view of everything.
Yeah.
But I'm not only checking what's outside our wagon train, but I'm also checking what's inside a wagon train if I see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. So most of the first couple of days, there really isn't a big deal going on until you reach this area, and you can tell the area that you're entering is a bit different. At first, it seems that the forest has just given way to some rolling hills, but then you start noticing along some of the path bits of discarded metal, looks like broken swords or something like that, and the caravan grows nervous. The caravan master insists that no one is to light fires on hilltops. All cooked fires must be shielded while they pass through this area. As it is believed that if lighting fires on hilltops in the fields of the dead will draw those lingering haunts to you.
Oh. Is this an area we would know like what happened?
It seems that this is just an area where many battles took place over many different ages. So the whole area is rather disturbed, and the spirits of the dead do not rest easy or well here.
That's
So-
not ominous or anything. Oh no.
What was that?
Oh no. Just
Oh, no.
Animal abuse.
Animal abuse.
I'm not abusing the horse.
So what happens is you're traveling along, and you notice, one of the nobles' horses is starting to look a little worse for the wear. The saddle girth has started to chafe a sore in her hide, and their ribs have begun to kind of stick out a little more than usual. Upon seeing this, one of the other caravanners becomes rather irate.
Oh.
Gotta find the right person. Where is he? I saw something here. Sorry, just a second. Gotta love it when the notes say something and you're hunting for what you saw. One of the human female teamsters grabs her whip and starts marching over there. It looks like she's intent on using the whip on this guy as his horse collapses in the traces, and he is beginning to beat on the animal, calling it a worthless, useless beast.
Oh no. Well, I know I'm gonna march over.
All right. So as you get a little closer, you recognize the other person joining you as Winrod Torohar. She's usually pretty quiet, but she knows how to work with animals quite well. And it's surprising you've never seen her actually lay her whip on any of the team, just snap it occasionally to get their attention.
Okay.
And so she looks like she's ready to use this whip to flay this guy and remove every inch of his skin.
Seems fair to me.
All right. So, what is the wagon rules?
As in,
Maybe
like,
code of conduct / because I don't want this noble's mistreating this animal, but if she acts and she uses that whip on him, is she gonna get flogged and possibly killed?
You were basically told that you're expected to follow the laws of the city that you're headed to.
So is animal cruelty allowed in the city we're going to?
Well, you're headed to Waterdeep, so you should know what the code legal looks like.
I'd have to look it up, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. But I do know that if you hit a noble, that she'd be in big trouble.
Yeah, so the code legal does not say anything about animal abuse. However, assaulting or impersonating a lord or noble can easily end up with death.
Oh.
So I think we should intervene.
All right, how are you guys?
So I will say something. Cease. That is enough on the poor creature that's unable to perform. Maybe I can do something to help it perform.
He turns and looks at you and, what right does a muddy grubber entertainer like yourself have to tell me how to treat my animal?
Well, I do know that the animal that you have there, you keep it up. Well, it will be still there 2 days from now as the caravan has moved on.
Well, if it can't get up and do its job, what use is it? Shouldn't be bothering to feed the beast if it can't even manage a trip like this.
Yeah, so it's only worth what? It's just going to die here, so I'll buy the beast off of you for a couple copper.
Couple copper? This beast cost me 150 gold.
And
it hasn't been worth a single cent of it. I tell you, when
exactly,
it's
worth
ridiculous,
cents.
Utterly ridiculous, and I will be getting my money back when I return to the city for selling me inferior goods.
Okay, so well, here's 2 copper. All right, you go get your money back because it was worthless, and I'll take this animal off your hands. You don't have to feed it or anything else anymore since it's worthless anyway. So 2 cents is worth more than worthless, which you've just said it value as it is.
He just kind of sneers at you. It's my beast to do what I want with, and I'm not selling it to the likes of you. If it can't perform, then it deserves what it gets.
And when you get left behind, when the caravan leaves you behind, and all the beasts and the unrestless dead take their toll on you.
Make me an intimidation check.
Oh.
0. I'm not intimidating him.
So I think I'm gonna step up and kind of hold my hands out to try and kind of like calm everybody down, and say it would be understandable if a noble like you has usually have somebody to do the work for them. So perhaps you would be willing to let this fine woman who is very good with horses work with your horse, and perhaps she can help it improve to be more worthy of you.
You say that, and you happen to catch out of the corner of your eye as Waron just kind of gives this look of, I'm taking the horse or I'm killing you, one of the two. And he just kind of gulps and hands the reins to Nightshade and retreats.
The noble retreated?
Yes. He was just like,
Right.
oh. He saw the look on Winrod's face and was like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, I was getting ready to add on to that, but hopefully, I think it would be entertaining to see you get whipped, but I didn't get a chance to add it in. I'm gonna cure wounds on the horse on the.
You
horse
realize
that's been beaten.
it's not so much a needs cure wounds. Most of the beating that it's taken so far has been non-lethal damage. This guy is a fop and a dandy. He can't actually deal lethal damage
but
to somebody.
But you said that it had some.
It has some minor
festering
sores. You think the bigger thing is it's just malnourished and not being tied up to the wagon anymore. It can probably keep up if it had a little bit of food and water for a few days. It would probably recover quite nicely. If you want to, you can either try and take it on yourself, and we'll have to purchase some additional animal feed along the way, or you can let Winrod take it and nurse it back to health.
Well, what we could do is Nernrod seems to be there. I was just trying to keep Nernrod's alive, so that was my main thing, and of course help the horse out. But how about we do a little combination? Let Nernrod take care of the horse, and then we help out, and help groom it, and do some things like that. Help it nurse it back during our downtime and stuff. So I think that'd be there and sort of help Nernrod feed it a little bit.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, she has a larger team of animals, so she carries extra feed. You think, especially for these purposes. After a few minutes, though, the caravan master comes over. What's all this? This fine man is telling me that you threatened him and stole his horse.
I offered to buy his horse. There was no threatening. I told him that the horse was getting beat and it was going to get beat to death, so that I would buy the horse for 2 coppers off him. I don't know what threat.
He said something about somebody threatening him to be left to the undead, and threatened with physical violence.
Well, I did say that it would certainly be bad if he beat his horse to death, and then his wagon got left behind, and he had to fend himself against the restless dead.
Well, so this guy's not traveling, doesn't have a wagon. It's like him and his 2 retainers are on horses.
So, yeah, I basically said that it'd be a shame for him to get left behind if he beat his horse to death. That's all that was said. But I guess he could imply that however he wishes. So I didn't threaten nothing. And of course, I have no position to kick him out of the caravan or leave him behind either.
Wernrod, I know you care a lot, but you can't solve everything with your whip. Please do understand that. And then he realizes how many people's here, and he goes, wait a minute. You all witnessed this. Do you all agree with this man? As he points to Nightshade.
Yes, of course.
He looks at the noble and he says,
and well... And I also point out at the horse also.
Well...
To back my story.
I know we travel by the rules of the city we travel to, but we all live and die by the animals that carry our wagons, and we tolerate none who would threaten them. I'm going to have to ask you, sir, to leave the caravan at our next stop. Of course, the noble begins, but a couple of the guards come over and make it quite clear that he is no longer welcome.
Good.
And,
I think I'll keep an eye on, like, just
he promises that, when I get to Waterdeep, the magistrates shall hear this, and you'll never run a caravan to Waterdeep ever again. Blah, 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 blah. There's your caravan. But Yeah,
Just let him go Karen himself out.
pretty much. That seems to be the best thing to do.
And totally make friends with our new animal trainer friend, Warren.
She's nothing more than a very experienced teamster, but um, she let slip that at one point she considered training as a druid, but didn't have the magical aptitude, but still cares deeply about animals and that. So she can't abide by someone who would treat an animal that way, especially when their life depends upon the poor animal.
Oh. Well, that's a good thing people like you care. So if you need anything or any additional help, we'd be happy to help make sure this animal thrives.
Yep.
Animals are better than people.
Yes. How did House put it? Everybody lies. You're just not sure about what. Animals don't lie to you. If they don't like you, they let you know right away.
Yes. Never trust a person who an animal doesn't like.
So, alrighty. Well, you guys have made it through the first few days of your trip to Waterdeep, and here's to another couple months of travel.
Woo!
Woohoo!
But
Let it be known, you abusers, you will you will be found out.
well, after that gets around, you notice a few people who are not necessarily abusing their animals, but might not have been the most caring about something, a spot or a sore. They're definitely taking a lot better care of their animals. But
Good.
most of them are people who are not lifetime caravanners. They're, oh, I'm traveling a few towns over. Can I travel with you guys to make sure that I'm safe and have no issues? And that's where the caravan master usually gets his pay from for himself. Is he charges a rate for most of the wagons to pay the guards, but you guys got in free because he saw Celeste and knew that they had the ability to defend themselves, and Nightshade offering to act as a outrider scout for the caravan is what paid your guys' way.
Okay.
But the the caravan master, he collects the fees for the travelers along the way, and that's how he gets paid. And he pays his guards out of what he collects from the wagons.
Okay.
Sounds
So,
good.
well, once again, folks, it is that time.
Yeah.